Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Olivia and this is my channel where I love to talk about all things nail polish. Today's video is an unexpected part 2 of my recent video where I reviewed some of Blank Beauty's jelly polishes. If you happen to have not caught that one, no worries. I'll put a link to that in the description of this video so that you can watch that one and see how that went. And the context for that one, to just kind of summarize, is that Blank Beauty is a nail polish brand that I have shopped from many times before, and I saw that they have expanded from creams into jelly polishes, and so I decided to buy a few of them, test them out, see what I thought of them, and overall I would say that I really enjoyed them quite a lot, especially as someone who loves using jelly sandwiches, or not using jelly sandwiches, but loves using jelly polishes very often for things like jelly sandwiches, or even just wanting to add a little bit of tint to the rest of my manicure. So there was this one polish in particular though, this one here that is called Cranberry Jam, that in the video I explained how when I looked at this, I thought it looked like hot sauce. I even, I asked my husband about this as well. I was like, hey, what color is this to you? What do you think that this is? And he was like, yeah, that's hot sauce. So that happened. And, I've had this YouTube channel for, I think I started it, okay, we're in February now. I started this in September, and I still feel often like, hey, I'm a small YouTuber. Nobody knows that I exist. Brands don't know that I exist. I love that you all who are watching this know that I exist, but what I'm getting at is the other day I was surprised when I got an unexpected delivery from Blank Beauty. Now, y'all, let me tell you what my first thought was. Honestly, as somebody who has been trying to be more cognizant about not doing way too much shopping, I seriously thought, like, I don't remember making another purchase. Like, did I do this in my sleep? Like, have things gotten to that point? No. Turns out Blank Beauty saw my video and so they sent me some stuff, and so I guess this is where I'll say that what they sent to me, they didn't pay me to say any of this. This is not a sponsored video. This is just me talking about the things that they sent to me, including a note. So it says, hi Olivia, we just watched your video reviewing our jelly polishes. You and your husband's feedback is 100% right about Cranberry Jam. We are now reformulating the shade to better match the aesthetics of real cranberries. The old shade color will now be named Hot Sauce in your honor. Thank you so much for the feedback, Charles and the Blank Beauty team. So many thoughts around this. First of all, I'm gonna try to say this in some kind of order, but if I end up rambling, that's how I get sometimes. But first of all, I've got to say thank you to Charles and the rest of the Blank Beauty team for, first of all, watching my video. I have no idea how y'all found it, if you've got like a Google alert set up or something like that, but I'm really glad that you saw it, because like I said in my video, I truly have enjoyed using the polishes that I have from Blank Beauty, especially like the cream polishes, which are like some of my favorite staples that I have in my collection. And so, whenever I do a video where I'm reviewing something, I always want to make sure that I'm balancing that line between being very honest and transparent, especially when it's jellies, because you want to be transparent with jellies. But in all seriousness, to be honest in my opinions but to also do so in a way that is kind and caring and tactful. And what I said in my first video was that, this polish absolutely is a gorgeous orange color, but it just wasn't cranberries, it was hot sauce. So I really love and appreciate the fact that the Blank Beauty team took a look at my video and they're like, you know what, you're right, that does not look like cranberries, that does look like hot sauce, and now they're renaming it in my honor. What is even happening? So they sent me a couple things, including thank you Blank Beauty, by the way, for this, for the cuticle oil, for the top coat, and so on. And so here is I'm also going to do like a close-up over on my nail desk, but here is the one that they sent to me that now says hot sauce. And then here is the new Cranberry Jam, which you've got the Olivia seal of approval for not just Cranberry Jam, but it also looks like my hair, so I'm happy about that. I think that this for me is such a good example of one of the things that I honestly love about the nail polish community. And I never would have thought that my video about, hey, here's my opinion on this, could actually make some kind of change there. I'm used to using my powers for other reasons, like completely outside of nail polish. The work that I do, working in tech, I do a lot of public speaking, talking about the importance of making space in the tech world for women, for people of color, for women of color, to encourage inclusivity. And that's usually where my influence is. But I'm like, hey, this is wonderful here. So, okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I am going to shift over to my nail desk, and I'm going to swatch out again hot sauce, and just so that you all can see hot sauce again, because she's cute. But then I also want to swatch out Cranberry Jam, and to follow in the pattern of what I had done in my previous review video, I'm going to compare it to a couple of other red jelly polishes that I have. I believe that the one that I compared it to in the previous video was Starrily's Flame Jelly. I also have Starrily's Blood Belly Jelly, which is another red jelly that I know there's often a lot of question between, like, hey, Starrily has two red jellies, which one do you choose and where? And I want to see where Cranberry Jam fits into that. So this is it's been a busy week for me work-wise, but which is why y'all haven't seen me in a while, but I have been so excited to film this video. Thank you again, Blank Beauty, for being open enough to hear my feedback, and also for sending me this. So let's go ahead and do some swatching. Okay, I want to start by laying these out here just for a quick color comparison. From left to right, we've got the first two over here are from Blank Beauty. The left one is my girl Hot Sauce. Love it. Next one is the new Cranberry Jam. Also, by the way, I'm not sure when these new options will be reflected on the Blank Beauty website, so that's something you can just keep your eye on for that on their website for when that will be posted. And then, like I mentioned, there's the two different red jellies that I have from Starrily. This one here is Flame Jelly. That appears to be the closest to, in color, at least in the bottle, to Cranberry Jam. So, yeah. I also wanted to pull out, for comparison, Blood Belly Jelly, which is also from Starrily. And oftentimes it's like, even when you look at photos on a website, you just don't know what they might look like, and especially compared to one another. So that is why I am here. Okay, I'm still gonna swatch out hot sauce again because it's, yes. Also, the the bottle caps are a lot easier to open this time around, while still being very secure. So I've got them labeled here. Let's go ahead and just see how these build up. I think the way that I'm going to do this will be just for the sake of time. Last time I did these like separated out with like separate swatches for like one coat for this one, 2 coats for this one, then 3, and so on. But in this case, I really just want to show more so the color differences. So, yep, hot sauce, which like I said in the previous video, I don't already have like an orange jelly in my collection that is like that. So I could get some really good use out of this. Now let's try the new and improved Cranberry Jam. Yep, that is thank you, Blink Beauty, for hearing my feedback. This is much more in line with what I was expecting. And just like hot sauce, I will say that the formula is excellent. It's very self-leveling. I'm seeing good, even coverage there. Exactly what I know I personally look for when I am working with jellies. So next, let's do Flame Jelly. And this, like I mentioned, is going to probably be the most direct comparison to Cranberry Jam. Yep, it looks pretty similar to me. I will say Flame Jelly, at least with this one coat so far, is slightly more pigmented. But I want to be clear that may not necessarily be, I'm not saying that it's like, oh, that therefore makes it better. In some cases, like especially if you're trying to do a jelly sandwich, there are times when what I'm personally looking for is more of, I still want to be able to see some kind of color, but I do want to be able to have more visibility into whatever I'm sandwiching it with. So like, for example, there was one time recently where I was trying to do a jelly sandwich with Flame Jelly and Crack Polish's mascara flakes, which is like a black flake topper. But when I did that, I was struggling a bit because I'm like, yeah, I'm getting the red from Flame Jelly, but it almost made it so that I couldn't fully make out the mascara flakes topper. So I think that how I might end up using these is using Flame Jelly for times when I want to have like a nice, like super pigmented jelly buildup that has like that nice squishy effect to it. But using Cranberry Jam from Blank Beauty as a jelly for times when I want to have like this beautiful red color that's still there, but in a way that allows me to more clearly see through with what's behind there. I think this is fantastic for that. Okay, let's go on to Blood Belly Jelly, so that y'all can see the differences there. Okay, I know that in one coat, it's not looking like much of a difference between Flame and Blood Belly, but I think that as these build up, you'll see more of a difference. I mean, honestly, here, this is not bad as even just a Skittle like this. Like, I'm just thinking of my collection, like, okay, I just need a 5th one, like on either side of this, and boom, we've got a Skittle right there. So here's how we're looking in one coat. I'm very happy with this. You can also see what I mean with like Blood Belly Jelly as well. This is one where, again, if you're looking for something to have more of a balance of being pigmented but still sheer, I think that's where you would probably have some better luck with the Blank Beauty jellies, because you're going to be able to have that more sheer factor there. Okay, let's go on to the second coat. So, second coat of hot sauce. Oh, that is so good. I can't wait to wear this around like Halloween for sure. Nice. Yep, very self-leveling, very cute color. Let's go in for the second coat of Cranberry Jam. Yeah, see, this is what I look for in a jelly when I'm trying to use it for a jelly sandwich. I like how as I'm adding on an additional coat of this, it's still sheer for me, but I'm getting more color payoff. And it's almost like 2 coats of cranberry jam is almost exactly the same as 1 coat of flame jelly. So that's a good point of comparison so far here. Let's continue on building up flame jelly for the second coat there. Yep, here is where you can probably start to see a little bit more of that color difference between like flame jelly and blood belly jelly here. How I often like to think of these myself, like when I'm trying to go through my collection and figure out like which red jelly polish do I want to wear. Flame jelly, when it's built up in like 3, you'll see pretty soon, gives off more of like a fire engine red, whereas blood belly jelly takes on a slightly deeper red quality to it. And I will say, as someone with red hair, believe me when I say, if there is one color that I know the ins and outs of and am very experienced with understanding the variety and nuances that can exist in reds, it is red. I mean, I spent, I talked a little bit about this in one of my recent videos, but I spent about a year going through various hair care products to try to find the best like touch-up color product for myself that I would use in between salon appointments. And some of them were like way too like fire engine red, when what I wanted was more of like the red that you see that I have now. By the way, if any of you all want my hair color, the product that I use in between salon appointments is the X Mondo Super Red. Okay. So yeah, you can see here how this one, the blood belly jelly, it's going more in like, you can see like the magenta undertones of that. And still, again, all 4 of these built up so far looks like a very cute Skittle. So let's just finish up with last coat of all of these, starting with hot sauce. Love this. So fun fact, I don't really do spicy foods all that much. Like, I don't think I've ever used hot sauce on food intentionally. I say intentionally because like there have definitely been times when I accidentally reach for hot sauce. Sometimes just like pepper can be too hot for me, but I'm trying. But I love the color of it, even if I don't necessarily eat a lot of hot sauce myself. Okay, and let's do the, oh, nope, that was, okay. This is gonna be the 3rd coat of Cranberry Jam. And I think that the 3rd coat is gonna be where we really get to see the difference here when we compare this, especially to flame jelly as a potential alternative. I mean, yeah, this looks really lovely. Much better as a cranberry. I think the formula is impeccable. It is just super sheer and glassy while still giving you that nice squishy jelly factor. So yeah, I can highly recommend this, and especially at Blank Beauty's price point. If you're looking for like a pinkish red jelly, definitely give the new and improved Cranberry Jam a try. Let's just close this out with flame jelly in a 3rd coat. Yep, it is always the 3rd coat where flame jelly will cross out of like pink territory and fully into like fire engine red, at least in my opinion. I think that especially as you see it here in the 3 coats, Cranberry Jam leaning more pinkish, which I think is still great in the realm of cranberries. But if you are looking for more like Fire Engine Red Flame is gonna be the one I'd choose for that. And you know, it's interesting, like it started off where like in the bottle, Cranberry Jam seems to be closest to Flame Jelly in color, but now it's in some ways it's almost looking more like a slightly more less pigmented version of Blood Belly Jelly. So, you know, color is just a very fascinating thing. Okay, yeah, so a couple things I'm taking away from this swatching is that, yeah, I definitely need to wear all of these as a Skittle. Yeah, that's this looks really good together. And hopefully this gives you all a sense of where Blank Beauty's jellies fit in with some from another brand. My recommendation is that if you are new to jellies and you are, especially if you're new to jellies and you're trying them out and you're trying to figure out where jellies might fit into your nail polish routine, I highly recommend both of these from Blank Beauty. I think also, even if you are a more experienced nail polish person, goodness, then I recommend these as well. I think that these are great to work with, and some that, as you can see here, fit in really well as kind of a gradient. So I am going to, as always, put some top coat on these. Then I will show you how these look in some other lighting, and then we will get wrapped up with my final thoughts. So once again, many thanks to Blank Beauty for sending over the new and improved Cranberry Jam and also hot sauce. Hot sauce, love it. And you know, I was very happy to see a couple things, one of which being that, as I mentioned, the formula of this is fantastic to work with, but also that I'm really happy to see that it doesn't actually match any of the other red jellies that I have in my collection, because that means that I'm able to do things like wear it as a Skittle like we've got here. So yeah, I will once again, if you haven't seen the first video, make sure to check that out so that you can see what I thought of some of the other jellies from Blank. And yeah, no, this is a much shorter video than I typically have. This was just kind of a quick, like, hey, just want to catch you all up on this. But be on the lookout for lots of other great videos coming up from me. Just to give you a preview of some of them, I've got a video coming up about my favorite multi-chrome flake toppers, and which is interesting because that's actually not what I'm gonna call it. I set out to call it my favorite multi-chrome flake toppers, but then I realized that I really just have like two different color blends of multi-chrome flake toppers, but I have multiple of each. So that's going to be more of like a head-to-head review comparison to see, like, if you were thinking of purchasing a multi-chrome flake topper, how do various options compare, and or if it's the case that you already have some of these in your collection, I'm going to share some ideas for when I use certain toppers for like using it like truly as a topper, like putting it over another nail polish and just being like, I'm good, versus others that have a higher flake density that I use more so for like jelly sandwiches or with magnetic polishes. So be on the lookout for that. Thank you all so much for watching this video, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye.